And this time Georgia had actually helped them out. One of the laws that Georgia had passed required any non-member of the tribe going onto the Cherokee reservation to essentially get permission from the governor, swear a loyalty oath. There were a number of different requirements. 2 white missionaries, among them Samuel Worcester, go on to the Cherokee Nation, preach the gospel. They also had federal appointments as well. And they are arrested by the state of Georgia for a violation of Georgia's laws, which have been passed, in essence, to invade Cherokee territory and sovereignty, to assert Georgia's jurisdiction over the Cherokee Nation. And so now, for the first time in federal Indian law, we have a case before the Supreme Court raising one of the most important issues in all of federal Indian law, and that is the jurisdiction of tribes over their own federally recognized treaty-based reservations. The Cherokees had signed a treaty with the federal government, the Treaty of Hopewell, creating the Cherokee Nation, recognizing the Cherokee Nation, and recognizing the Cherokee Nation's sovereignty over their federal reservation. And so we had this issue involving tribal jurisdiction over the reservation and whether or not the state of Georgia had any jurisdiction within the Cherokee territory. And then relatedly, because the Cherokees' treaty was with the federal government, the whole broader issue of federal power over Indian affairs is implicated by this case, Worcester v. Georgia, decided by the Supreme Court in 1832. It is the most cited case in all of federal Indian law. It really does establish many of the bedrock principles, the foundational doctrines of the modern federal, tribal, and state relationship. And so it's an important case. So I want to walk through it so that we have an understanding of exactly what Worcester v. Georgia stands for, because it says some very important things about tribal sovereignty, federal power in Indian affairs, the trust relationship, and state power and state intrusions of jurisdiction into Indian country. It really is everything to do with jurisdiction in Indian country really begins with Worcester v. Georgia.